Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good boxing, MMA, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, and not just today. Today, we here with a boxing fight weekend EP. We got Caleb Plant versus Hernandez, and on the same card, we got Jamal Charlo versus Thomas Lamata. I'm also going to talk about another fight in particular on this card. In the co-feature, we got Karan Davis versus Yoneli Hernandez. Yeah, Yoneli Hernandez and Karan Davis. That should also be a banger. So we're going to talk about those three fights on this card. I'm going to run through two quick fights that we got tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. And also, it's another Friday card that I want to talk about. Khalil Cole is making his return after receiving his first defeat. So we got three fights from the Caleb Plant Charlo cards, right? Not fighting one another. Two different fights. Charlo is fighting Lamana. Caleb Plant is fighting Hernandez. And then we got the co-main on that card as well. Yoneli Hernandez versus Karan Davis. We got two fights to talk about tomorrow. We got a couple fights to talk about Friday. Khalil Cole. So I think this is going to be about six fights in total on this EP. Y'all bear with me. We go get into it. We ain't gonna waste too much more of y'all time. So we go and keep the main thing the main thing. We gonna start from the top and we go work our way all the way down to the bottom, right? We got Caleb Plant versus Armando Hernandez. And just for reference, if you guys was wondering, this is the same Hernandez that beat Jarrett Hurd. If I'm not mistaken, he actually stopped Jarrett Hurd. I think he did. Yeah, he stopped Jarrett Hurd, and he's taking on Caleb Plant this Saturday. Hernandez is a pressure fighter. He wants to get the stoppage. He fights for the knockout. He's a guy who wants to kind of over-activity you. If you watch the fight with Jarrett Hurd, you can see that. Right, Jarrett Hurd's style was all wrong for him. Jarrett Hurd's not really active. Caleb Plant is an active fighter. He's much more of a mover, going to be a lot harder to hit, you know what I mean, than Jarrett Hurd. I'm expecting Caleb Plant to win this fight. Caleb Plant actually could win this fight by stoppage, via stoppage, given, the manner and the way that Hernandez is fight. In this fight, I think Caleb Plant is going to be able to control the early rounds. And I think eventually with Caleb Plant's power and willingness to, I'm not even going to say exchange. So Caleb Plant, he doesn't really exchange. He uses his defense and he counters you, right? With Caleb Plant's ability to counter, Hernandez is most definitely open, for some clean shots. And I think Caleb Plant gets the stoppage, man. I think it's going to be a later round knockout. I would say maybe Caleb Plant 7 through 12 round knockout, or maybe Caleb Plant, 6, 7, 8, something like that. But I'm going to take Caleb Plant for the knockout, KO, TKO, all that good stuff over Hernandez. And I'm thinking it's going to be in the later rounds. Next fight, we got Jamal Charlo versus Thomas Lamana. Jamal Charlo is making his return after his fight with Jose Benavidez. Before that, he took a little layoff as well. So interested to see what Jamal Charlo looks like in his return. This is going to be his first official fight at the 168-pound division. Just to give you guys, a little info around this fight, Thomas Lamana is ranked 44th at the 168-pound division in the world, meaning that Jamal Charlo would enter the top 50 if he was to beat, Thomas Lamana. So this is the big fight for Jamal Charlo. This is the Thomas Lamana who some years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago at this point, he fought Israelandi Lara at the 160-pound division for the title. Lara did end up knocking him out, right? But he has not lost the fight since then, and he's knocked out, majority of his opponents since getting knocked out, by Lara. The Lamana count feels like, at 160 he was too small, weight drain, that he's in much better shape at 168. Jamal Charlo has questions to answer, right, as far as physically, mentally, where he's at. I'm interested to see what exactly happens in this fight. My first mind, due to style of fight, Thomas Lamunda is, not anything special, pretty much straight up and down, right? He does throw a jab. He has decent power. He's there to be hit, right? Not the most hard guy to figure out, not the most elusive on defense. He's pretty much what you see is what you get. There are more layers to Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo could win this fight. Boxing, being patient, taking his time on the outside. And I think, Thomas Lamunda is going to be there for those open power shots for Jamal Charlo if he does choose so to take advantage of them. My first mind says, Jamal Charlo is probably going to win these fights on points because, at this point in his career, that's kind of what Jamal Charlo does. But also another part of me tells me that he's going to be able, if he able to crack Thomas Lamunda like I think he's able to, that he's going to be able to knock Thomas Lamunda out at some point. The question with Charlo is, does he want to? Is he going to have that killer in him like he used to be, to want to put a guy in the dirt, to want to knock him out, right? I'm going to take Jamal Charlo to win this. I would say probably take the over, right? Maybe over 8.5, over 10.5, whatever the over is going to be. Because I'm not really sure where Jamal Charlo is mentally, but he is going to win, right? Jamal Charlo is probably going to win. He's probably going to win on the cards, right? But because of that knockout threat, maybe you take the over. But Charlo most definitely is winning this fight. Just not really sure if it's going to be on the cards or a knockout, just depending on where Charlo is mentally. But Charlo for the win, for a little value, maybe you take the over. When the metrics drop, we'll come and we'll have this conversation again to know exactly how we're going to take Charlo. But Charlo for the win for sure. And I'm actually thinking maybe decision or the over. All right, in this next fight, I can't stress enough, don't sleep on this fight. Figuratively and literally, figuratively, because these guys are going to be banging. This is going to be a banger. Somebody's getting knocked out. Literally, in the sense that it's coming on at 4 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern, right? So it's going to be an early morning fight on the zone. Do not miss this fight. Do not sleep on this fight. Somebody's getting knocked out. These guys are going to be throwing. I'm betting this fight not to go the distance. And I'm actually going with the underdog, Rikiishi, in this fight. Rikiishi versus Nunez. Rikiishi on the left, Nunez on the right. This is not going to be an easy fight either way. Somebody's going to get knocked out. I'm taking the value with Rikiishi in this. Both these guys are amazing fighters, right? Trust me, y'all. Please watch this fight. I'm going to be up at 4 a.m. to call this fight. I'm going to go with the dog, Rikiishi, the guy that you see to the left. Either of these guys can win. If you want a safer bet, take this fight not to go the distance because somebody will be getting stopped. And I think the stoppage is probably going to come earlier than later with these guys. Rikiishi versus Nunez, most definitely going to be a banger. I got Rikiishi to win. Nunez very well could win this fight. He's the favorite, but Rikiishi is a live dog. Both these guys have that boxer, brawler kind of style, boxer, puncher, brawler kind of style where they will box you, but as soon as they see it open, they're opening up their bag and they're trying to get you up out of there. But Rikiishi for the win, stoppage, best bet, fight not to go the distance. And next we got Taki versus Tundai. In this fight, I'm going to go with Taki. I think Taki gets the stoppage in this fight. I hope I'm not messing his name up. Taki, right? We're going to go with Taki in this fight. I think he gets the stoppage over Tundai. I think Taki is just a fighter who's in his prime. I think Tundai is a little bit over the hill, right? This fight not going the distance. I got Taki for the KO. I think they meet in the center of the ring, and these guys bang it out. Taki for the win. Next fight going to be on the Charlo and Plant card. We got Hernandez versus Davis. I'm excited for this fight, y'all. I think this is going to be a banger as well. You got Yoni Hernandez, knockout artist. You got Karan Davis, who's not afraid to engage in the fight. So that tells me that, somebody's getting knocked out. This may be just a knockout weekend, This may be just a knockout weekend. We might call this knockout weekend, right? But we got Hernandez versus Davis. Hernandez is he's a power puncher, man. He's a boxer puncher. He's a power puncher. Karan Davis is more so he's more like technical with his punching. He does give some to take some. I feel like he's a little easier to hit than Hernandez in this. So I'm actually going to go with Hernandez to get this win over Karan Davis. The odds have not dropped yet. Not sure who's the favorite, who's the dog, but I'm going to roll with Hernandez, man. I think Karan is easily hit. Karan won his last fight, in which, I picked him to lose that fight as well. Not picking against Karan Davis because I dislike him. I actually love watching him fight. But I think Hernandez, man, I think this guy may be special. You know what I mean? But I got Hernandez over Karan Davis, and I think he stops Karan Davis, man, TKO, because Karan is a little easy to hit. The next fight, we got Khalil Cole taking on Gallegos in the rematch. Gallegos is the guy that stopped Khalil Cole in the 9th round, his last fight. So this is an immediate rematch, right? I think the best bet in this fight is to take it not to go the distance. The last fight didn't go the distance. Khalil Cole gets knockouts. Gallegos already stopped Khalil Cole. Just simple cut and dry, right? Take this fight not to go the distance. But you're asking me to pick a side, and that's what I'm here for. Interesting fight. I think Khalil Cole actually could have beaten this guy last time, but he had the wrong style in going about it. Maybe his style in going about it doesn't lead to a knockout, right? But I do think Khalil Cole will be able to pull out this win. So I'm going to take Khalil Cole on the money line. I don't think this fight goes the distance, right? But I'm really just not sure. I'm really just not sure, of that, because I do see a version where Khalil Cole wins this fight on the points, right? But if, Gallegos stopped him last time, so he's shown that he could do it again, right? But I'm taking Khalil Cole to win this fight. I picked him to win the last fight, and I was wrong, right? So hopefully Khalil Cole, gets this get back. I got Khalil Cole on the money line. I think the safest bet would be this fight not to go the distance. Khalil Cole on the money line. Fight not to go the distance. In the next fight, we got Beck the Bully versus Darius Fulgum. This is going to be a sneaky good fight weekend right here, y'all. This is a sneaky good fight. Maybe not as far as, the hugest, the biggest names, but it has some pretty big names, right? Got a couple big name fights. Then we got some low-key bangers, man. This is going to be a banger right here. Fulgum versus Beck the Bully, man. I'm surprised that we're getting this fight, man. This is a good goddamn fight. I'm going to take Darius Fulgum in this, man. I don't think this fight is going to distance. Somebody's going to get stopped. Got a chance to meet Darius in real life down in Texas. Been watching Beck the Bully for some years now. I'm very a big fan of his very entertaining style, man. This fight not going the distance. I'm going to take Darius Fulgum by knockout, but Beck the Bully is live in this fight, man. I think Darius is actually the dog, so I got another dog with y'all with Darius Fulgum, like Rikiishi. But some good fights this weekend, man. I think it's going to be a lot of knockouts. It's going to be knockout weekend, man. We calling this knockout weekend. I got Darius Fulgum in a good fight. I think he has more ways to win this fight than Beck the Bully. Beck the Bully is kind of like a come forward pressure fighter, wants to get you out of there. I think Darius, is a bit of the same, right? Boxer puncher, right? Nice power. But I think he has more ways to win this fight. He's going to have the size advantage, the range advantage. I think he could use that if things get sticky. Darius Fulgum for the win on the money line. That fight is probably not going the distance. All right, let me give y'all a rundown of my picks before I get up out of here. Each pick that I made today, we got Rikiishi, we got Taki, we got Cole, Fulgum, Charlo, and Plant. We got Rikiishi fight, and we got him not to go. We got Rikiishi in the fight, and we got it not to go the distance. Possible Rikiishi knockout. We got Taki, KO, full confidence. We got Cole. Money line in that fight, a little lower confidence pick. I don't think that fight is going the distance if you want to take a different route. We got Fulgum, and I think Fulgum wins by KO. Don't think that fight is going the distance if you want to take a different route. Charlo on the money line. Possible KO because I'm not really sure what Charlo we're going to get. And we got Caleb Plant by knockout in this fight. You put all of those together, they get you to plus 1,000. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I ain't going to hold y'all up too long with this thing. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through. Tell a friend and tell a friend.